It's like I had to get rid of this crap, you know. And Bitcoin SV as well. I held Bitcoin Cash a little bit longer, but I got out of that as well eventually. When the housing bubble popped, it was about real goodies. Well, what's real, you know? A lot of people don't like Bitcoin because, you know, something I hear a lot is, well, I can't hold it in my hand, which is kind of half true. Like, you can have a hardware wallet that you can hold in your hand. You can sit there and write the private key on a coin or something, or like stamp it into some metal or something and hold that in your hand if you wanted to. I wouldn't really advise that, but you could. You know, but like in terms of like real, there are things that are more real about Bitcoin than actual money. You know, in terms of like fiat currency, so to speak. Ultimately, a dollar bill is just like a green piece of paper that we say has value. It's not based on anything, you know. You can hold the concept of a dollar in your hand. If you dream hard enough, anything is possible. Let's kill this thing. Okay, please tell me Espen has 9 lives, because if he doesn't, he could be in for a very wild ride right now. Oh god, he doesn't. Okay, I talked too much, and this raider got the best of me. I sound so disappointed. I'm not trying to sound disappointed. I just, maybe just a bit distracted, perhaps. I think I'm more disappointed because I noticed that this mace guy is just ready to one-shot my dudes. This thing has like 50% armor penetration, so he's gonna smash right through my friends here. You're investing in channel points, maybe a few months and you could sell it to someone. I don't think that you can do that, but perhaps. Alright, does Mazanaka have 9 lives? He does not. He's got pretty good defense, though. Let's just put him here and swing and get the kill. Invest now! You can invest in requesting runs of games, I guess. Alrighty, trying to think, do I want to preserve this guy's armor? Not really. I think we're just going to go for headshots because I want to say that's 70. That's like a 70 armor coif. So we'll just walk up and we'll do a lash and we'll fail. How do I feel about Bitcoin futures, ETFs, and other financial derivatives? Well, an ETF, I mean, I'm assuming you're talking about like a crypto ETF. I actually wrote into the SEC about Bitcoin, about the prospect of a Bitcoin ETF, and an article I wrote, or an email I wrote at least, is kind of an open letter, is actually on sec.gov right now. And basically, they put out this call for anybody who's an expert in the field, or really anybody who wanted to email them and give them thoughts on a Bitcoin ETF and to answer questions that they had. And I have a master's degree in CS, so I know a bit. So I kind of gave my thoughts on it. And basically, I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. I think the SEC kind of has some draconian rules, and there's really only like one person at the top level there who is not skeptical of crypto, as far as I can tell. I don't really see the problem with it, though. There's already ETFs right now that are kind of more about investing in blockchain companies. I think it's actually called Block, B-L-O-K, or something like that. I mean, it's reasonable to say that if Bitcoin goes up, it's going to probably follow that pretty well, but it's important to remember it's not directly modeling the price of Bitcoin. But if you wanted to invest in, I mean, like, if you wanted to like get exposure to Bitcoin without actually buying Bitcoin, I guess that might be an okay way to do it. You know, of course, any of those companies could fail. Intend to eat your paper money, thank you very much. I wonder what the health benefits of that would be. Probably not too many. Bitcoin futures, what do I think of Bitcoin futures? I think introducing them has created kind of a wild ride in the Bitcoin price, you know, has added some more pressures to the market that maybe didn't exist as much before. I mean, I probably wouldn't, I really don't play the futures game, but it's kind of, you know, your mileage may vary. It's like whatever risk tolerance you have, you know. And as far as financial derivatives go, I mean, I've done options before. I mean, I don't know if do Bitcoin options exist right now? They probably do. I mean, I bought options on a stock called, like a Bitcoin stock, or a Bitcoin mining company called Riot at one point. I did okay on that if I recall correctly. I mean, it's whatever. Options are always, any kind of derivatives are incredibly risky, so if you don't know what you're doing, you really shouldn't invest in, you shouldn't put your money in that stuff. A lot of people have blown up their accounts on derivatives. Do I think that XRP will perform decently? Not really, no. It's like a bank token, really. I don't think it's meant to become worth a ton of money. Anyway, actually, Toasted Zergling, I only invest in GBP or Good Boy points, to get my tendies. Trying to decide what I want to do about this raider. If I move forward, and then I did repel, I could meme him really hard, because then, assuming it actually hit, he would not be able to hit me next round. What's the chance of that happening? 69%? I might even still get an action before he moves next turn, even if I miss. Hard to say. If I do miss, though, my super sick nomad guy is probably doomed. It's 95 armor, 52 hit points. It's just not enough. Like, this thing is gonna tear right through his ass, especially if it gets a headshot. If I move backwards, Espen's like at risk, but less so, because his defense is 28, and he's on the high ground, which isn't counted in that. Also, he's a survivor, so he probably doesn't die unless his head gets crushed. But yeah, the shield giving him that total of 28 defense really is not half bad. But I went for the risky play, and it worked. So this thing does tons of damage, but you can only move once and then swing. If you move twice, you can't. Oh yeah, two-handers are terrifying. People were kind of surprised at the fact that I like 9 lives in this game, but the main reason is because of bullshit like this, because in the early and mid-game, it can just, because of the armor penetration, the sheer damage, if it hits somebody's head and that person doesn't have steel brow, it can basically kill them regardless of anything. If you do the math, you have to have an enormous amount of HP to not just get insta-shotted by a weapon like that. So 9 lives ensures that you cannot die in one round, and honestly, like, a lot of these games, in my opinion, is just really all about taking away the RNG, so to speak. Can you invest in Malcolm Rose? You can give me money. Do you want to give me money? That'd be cool. If you just go to rosecrypto.com/support, it'll it'll tell you all about how to do that. You could buy my fantasy novel that I wrote. I wrote a book called Chateau Cascade that you might like, and I'm very, very close to selling that on my site rather than Amazon, if you'd like to do that. Like using mob tactics with a bunch of 100 to 200 gold bros, surrounding someone and daggering them down. Yeah, that's generally what you're supposed to do in the early game, I think. Crippling strikes, executioner, those are pretty good. I like, in the really, really early game, I actually like fast adaptation more than anything. On the cheap, crappy bros, it lets them, actually hit for once, Okay, we did a triple shot on the head, didn't quite work. Okay, let's step forward and kill this guy. Oh, we didn't get a headshot. Come on, Enish, Mr. Juggler, with a plus 22% chance to hit the head weapon, over 52% chance to hit the head, and then I just barreled right into his armor instead. That's okay though. He's running. I'm gonna go ahead and get the kill though, to reduce morale and whatnot. Okay, I want your armor. Yeah, I want your armor. Let's go over here. And I went for the headshot, and it, even though I don't have flail mastery, so I wasn't going past the shield, we still got the headshot. Very cool, baby. Started writing a sci-fi novel recently. Very cool. Third time trying to write anything, I always end up getting bored by about the second act. Yeah, that'll happen. And I can't really offer you any advice on how to deal with that other than just you gotta see it through, basically. Unfortunately, that's just like, that's just all it is, persistence, basically. Ultimately, it's a very fine thing to be finished with a project like that. I very recently got done with the first draft of my second novel, which is a sequel to my fantasy novel, and going through the editing process on that right now. So it's awesome, man. I'm having a lot of fun with it, and I think that you should, you know, if you like writing, you should try to stick with it. I think you'll find it very satisfying if you do finish a project like that. Let's just like pass turn over here, I guess. Hey, thank you for the follow, man. You want a story about a tank and a bunch of Alps? Sounds like a good story. I think you may have a grudge against Alps. Is that the case? Alright, I want to take this high ground, but I think it's probably... Yeah, it's probably mathematically better if I just take 2 shots. Yeah, Alps are terrifying. I don't really want... Okay, I don't really want Anderbolt here. I think I'm just going to wait with him. I may have to go for the repel again. And it's going to work less well this time. This is actually quite bad because Brigand Raider, you know, he's going to come right up here. Yeah, Anderbolt's going to have a serious issue, oh no. Dang. Alright, let's wait, I guess. And Repel's not going to work this time because he's already going to be next to me. I got the kill there. I was hoping to mess with morale down here, but it's not quite working. Remember when Alps were first introduced, one of the only times you've been outright raged at this game because you had no idea how they worked? Yeah, my understanding is in the very beginning of this game, Alps were just incredibly stupidly designed to where they just kind of instantly killed you. Well, not exactly, but you know what I mean. Like, it was... I forget exactly how it worked, but it was really, really goofy. God, how did it work? People were explaining this to me. Something about, like, if they put you to sleep, you just never woke up, even if they did damage to you. So you had to wake up your guys, and if all your guys were asleep, you just lost the combat. Dog spam's okay. I don't really like dog spam against their current version, because it kind of sends them all over the map. I just like having big-ass two-handed weapons against them now, ideally reach weapons, and then waiting with everybody, because they'll eventually teleport next to you when you swing with one guy, and you can kind of create this cascade of Alp deaths if you get lucky and set it up properly. Alright, so like I said, Espen doesn't have 9 lives. I'm trying to think of what I want to do here. We could shove this Raider away. This Raider's not hurt at all. I'm like 99% sure this Raider's just going to go there. Let me wait and see what happens. God, I'm tempted to like roll Cosmic Phoenix down here. If I could put him next to the Raider, I think I would. But I can't. Oh wait, I could put him here and maybe he'll run up and attack. That'd be okay. I still have 9 lives even if he gets the quote-unquote kill. It's more tempting for him because he can actually swing. He's not going to roll over here, probably. At least I don't think he will. Goblin ambushers. Yeah, they've got some shenanigans going on, that's for sure. Oh man, this is kind of rough. I would have Ingimat. Let's see, does Ingimat have 9 lives? Yeah, he does. Okay, we're going to do it. Oh, he's bailing. We don't have any dogs, so he's getting out of here, which is unfortunate, I suppose, because I wanted his mace, but it's not the end of the world. Yeah, of course he's running. There's only 2 guys left. Okay, well, you're running now. Could I catch him? Is there like any way? No, there's no way. Guess it's a good argument for having dogs, huh? That's over. Alrighty, we got some level ups, we got a few crowns, very good. That means I'll be able to pay my debts. Got some armor that I probably don't care about. Got a flail, that's worth money. No, I do care about this armor. That's mildly superior. I guess stitched nomad armor is the same as padded leather. The exact same. Other than in the look. Alrighty, wow, a lot of level ups. Tony's level 6 now. Boom, boom. Kind of wish dog morale didn't affect the rest of the bros, considering how weak they are. Well, what's bizarre to me is that dog morale exists, but indebted morale doesn't, which means that your guys are such dickheads that they care less about the lives of slaves than they do about their dogs, which is it's just like brutal, you know. Like, this is a very dark world. Because like if an indebted dies, it doesn't affect the morale of anybody who's not indebted. It's like a trait of the background. Okay. I can't believe I have 4 stars in resolve on this guy, and I'm just not going to use it probably. I mean, we could take fearsome with him, I guess. I mean, it's not like any of these are max rolls except for the initiative. Indebted probably aren't as friendly as doggos. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I guess I probably like dogs better than most people. This isn't even a max roll, because the 3 stars mean that it's 4 to 5. Instead of 2 to 4 as usual. I'll take it though, I guess. Alrighty, what are we gonna do with Cosmic Phoenix? We could give him Sword Mastery, but that's kind of goofy. It's not like we're having fatigue issues. I think I might just take Gifted, honestly. When in doubt, just take Gifted. Could give him Fortified Mind. I'm just kidding, I'm not gonna do that. He's got Craven, so taking that resolve. Oh yeah, he's Craven, 3-star resolve, how cute. With brain damage though, so helps a bit. Anyway, didn't know such a thing was possible to not have fatigue issues. Fatigue issues crop up later, I think, when you have heavier armor. This is not super heavy armor, you know? Although you should plan for it, I suppose. Which I really kind of haven't been. Yeah, I'm just gonna give him Gifted. Get his melee skill up a bit. I'm gonna give him HP. CBT simulator. Hey, Green Eggs and Slime, how you doing, man? Were you were the one who requested the Mumo challenge, right? Somebody did. I think it was you. It's the next thing on my list. I might have to put that on the back burner for a little while because Kelby doesn't have 0.15. I guess I could just play it offline. I could just download the game and play it offline. Advil got a hold of admin on the new version of Baratato and like immediately banned me because he saw I was still running my infobot. Which is funny because I had the explicit permission of Johnstein to do it for, I don't know, like a year, maybe 2 years. So he banned my bot's IP address, and then he fucking banned me, my personal IP address, which I changed my IP immediately because I honestly don't trust him not to DDoS me or something. But it's just bizarre because, like I said, like the previous server owner, who by the way is an admin on the new server, had explicitly told me it was cool to run the bot. But it's just, you know, it's politics, basically. They gotta have Gamafunk is the only guy allowed to run infobots in DCSS. You know, so they're just raging out per the usual. God damn, this guy's fatigue is bad. This is what I get for hiring a miner. I guess I'll do a little something to fix that. And I think I'm really just gonna keep taking 9 lives and... You know, people can make fun of me, but I think it's the right thing to do. We're probably gonna give him Gifted next time though, because I gotta fix this. I gotta fix his fatigue. Alrighty. So what perk does Tony want? Tony's already got rotation. Surprised they didn't ban you while live. Well, I don't. That's the thing, is I don't usually stream from Baratato. But like now I literally can't stream from Baratato unless I want to log in on my account. They could have deactivated my account. I don't know. I tried emailing the actual guy who, you know, owns the server, and of course he didn't get back to me, so I'm assuming he's been propagandized, so to speak. Yeah, these are old-timey mines that give you the black lung. Okay, so this, like I said, this guy already has rotation, so really he should be in the back, rotating into the front. It's not like I need like every single bro to have rotation, you know, it should just be the ones that are meant to be backliners. That's fine though. Might be a good time for quick hands. Yeah, if we gave him quick hands... Casual 120 HP if you take Colossus's first perk, yeah. Farm hands are great. The only bad thing about farm hands really is the resolve, but that's the case of most of the lowborn starts. My favorite background is probably Thief though, just because it's like cheap and they get really good defense potentially. I think I will take quick hands. We'll probably move him to the back. God, his defense is 16 though. Once I, you know, I want to get to the point where we can have a two-hander, like a good two-hander, like a billhook or a pike or something, and a good one-hand weapon, and then just like rotate, you know, and swap it in an attack. I don't know if quick hands is really going to do any work for me on this character right now without that situation. Well, you know, I could just be a big meme. Do that. Okay. Quick hands it is. Okay. Alrighty. Bright student. Yeah, this guy's, he's what you might call a leveler. Pretty based. It's too bad he's got a messed up lung. It's I mean, he doesn't have the best stars in the world, but it's sort of tempting to feed him the tree water once I find it. The once in a lifetime opportunity to cure a permanent injury. But if he's mostly in the back line, this is not really a huge issue. Okay, what do we want to do with this guy? He's going to be a backliner essentially forever. Due to this fatigue problem, so since he's a dedicated backliner, we could just go ahead and give him polearm mastery, I suppose. Yeah, that might be the right thing to do. He doesn't have rotate, and I don't think I'm going to give it to him. As long as he's in this position, the frontliner has rotate instead, he'll just rotate back into him, you know. Kind of the reverse of what I usually do. This is cool though, almost my entire backline has rotate now. It's very good. Davkol Cultist might be the most well-rounded lowborns, unless Caravan Hands count. No, Caravan Hands are not lowborn, believe it or not. A little surprising for me as well. Alrighty, Oh, I remember... Oh, no. We were doing some shenanigans with this guy. So we were giving him dodge. We're gonna make him... We're gonna give him Battle Forge. We're gonna try to get his fatigue down to 15, so that he always has 0 to 15 fatigue, so that he always has the dodge initiative. So we're gonna make him like a Battle Forge super duper heavy guy. I remember what I was doing with him. Alrighty, this is the wackiest strategy. 500 IQ plays. Well, this was described to me, and it sounded dumb enough that it just might be awesome, you know. So we're gonna try to... I hope I didn't give him fatigue. I hope I haven't been giving him fatigue, because that'd be kind of annoying. That's okay, though. How do we build this guy, though? So, we give him dodge, of course, and he already has that. We probably don't give him relentless, since the maximum amount of well, yeah, the initiative will only go down by 15 at the most, right? Instinct to go, oh god, that's horrible. Yeah, that was my instinct, but man, the more I thought about it, I was like, this might not be half bad. Oh man, maybe we give him like Axe Mastery. No, that doesn't make sense. Because he's got to have a weapon that costs only 15 fatigue to use. A two-handed weapon, ideally, and I was going to say, like, oh, I'll give him a man splitter, but that's absurd. Dagger Mastery, lowest fatigue. Well, this guy has Dagger Mastery. Let's look. 6 fatigue, 15. No, if you want to puncture, it costs quite a bit. 6, 12, 18. We couldn't even get 3 stabs in per turn. We want to get our full maximum number of attacks per round, and so like the pike would work. You know, you only get 1 attack. That's 15 fatigue. So just there you go. You know, I think bill hooks are the same. If I were to take polearm mastery, it would work. I'm gonna try and make a dagger master duelist at some point. It's all right. I would say that you'd want to make that like a Catal. What I think the meme there, and this is something Blokes kind of workshopped and kind of turned me onto, is you use a Catal dagger. You have a two-handed mace in your inventory. You take quick hands, okay, and then you have no shield, and then you just beat them with the mace. You have dagger mastery. You swap to the dagger for free, and then you use the Catal dagger secondary ability, which will do more damage because you just slap them with a thing that dazes them. And I think the Catal dagger second ability, which I think, what is it called, assassinate or something like that, whatever it's called. I think it might even benefit from double grip, which I don't believe. Yeah, puncture doesn't, but I think the Catal dagger secondary does. And then add the duelist damage as well, and you got some really fun things happening there. Both of those attacks, even the mace one, will punch right through armor really well. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what to do with Stormworm here. This is pretty important, I guess. Jeez, what do we do? So the whole point is to have low fatigue so I have big defense. Having a polearm and big defense is a little bit goofy. Unless I'm sort of in the front lines with like a sword lance, I guess. But again, that doesn't make sense because not enough fatigue, right, to make use of the secondary triple attack thing. So this is all maybe cleaver. No, because even with the mastery, you got, okay, so 12 fatigue for cleave, so you get 2 attacks, right? 12, 24, that's already too much. And then for decapitate, it's like 40 for 2 attacks, so that wouldn't work. Cleavers are actually very fatigue heavy, even with the mastery. 25% less than the numbers I just listed with if you have the mastery, but still too much. I think it has to be a two-handed weapon. It has to be a two-handed weapon that costs 15 fatigue or less with the mastery. That's basically it. And I'm not sure. God, I wish I had gotten that damn two-handed mace so I could see. All right, this could work. Not necessarily hammers. I think 15 fatigue. It's 15 fatigue for a two-handed hammer. Why don't we just? I'm just gonna look it up on the wiki. Save myself the mystery, so to speak. So the weapon that I'm looking for is the two-handed flanged mace. Okay. And what I'm actually looking for is the cudgel ability, and that costs 15 fatigue. Okay. So, cheater. Yeah, it's cheating to look things up. I can't imagine playing this game without looking things up. Alright, so this is kind of interesting. I still wouldn't have the fatigue to do the Catal dagger swap thing, though. Yeah, I wouldn't have the fatigue to do the Catal dagger swap thing, so I'd be kind of sort of in melee, but not doing what I'd really want to be doing. I guess we could just like not take quick hands. Just kind of commit to having 1 hit per turn. No berserk for this guy. Is this whole idea meant to just sort of be a tank, maybe? Maybe that's the... You just kind of distract. You're just the guy who runs up and tanks a bunch. Seems like a terrible idea. But if I do that, then he takes shield mastery. Minus the running part. Yeah, you don't... No running for you. You don't get to run. Shield mastery seems goofy, though, because, you know, if I... Look at this. If I look at shield wall, 20 fatigue, even if I... Hold up, let me... Yeah, do I get a fatigue bonus to this? No, I don't. So it still costs, yeah, 20 fatigue, so I would never be able to shield wall. I'm, like, workshopping this weird-ass strategy, and you know, in retrospect, I don't really know how it's supposed to work. Or what you're really supposed to be doing with it, you know? Might have to ask the Discord for their thoughts on it. Is there anything I can take just for the time being, you know, and I can do some research or something off stream? I guess we could just take 9 lives. That's perhaps somewhat silly. I want my front line to have 9 lives, not my back line. So, like, something goes wrong, then I rotate in. I really like this paradigm. So he doesn't take 9 lives. Jeez. And I guess I could just take Relentless. Any reason you couldn't get a little more fatigue? So the way dodge works is that you gain 15% of the character's current initiative as a bonus to melee and range defense, okay? But the way that initiative works is that you are penalized based on what your current fatigue is. So having more fatigue, if you're huffing it, if you're like up to 100 fatigue, that's great, you know, if you have that max, but by the time you're up there, you're getting minus 100 initiative, or minus 50 if you happen to have Relentless as well. So the idea is you regain 15 fatigue per turn. So any character, if they're using over 15 fatigue per turn, they're eventually pushing this number up to the point where your initiative is shit. But the sort of bizarre circumstance is that if you have only 15 fatigue, then you're regaining that every single turn, right? So you always are basically at maximum initiative, as far as, you know, as high of initiative as you started with, basically, which means that your dodge bonus to defense is almost as high as it can possibly be for the entire fight, which is, again, I don't know if this is like the best idea in the world, but it was described to me and I kind of wanted to try it out, and I'm trying to figure out like what the best weapon to use in that situation is. I wonder if I took Mace Mastery and Dagger Mastery, we would have a... Well, I don't know how much fatigue Katal Dagger thing costs. Imagine the fatigue drain from moving and fatigue drain from dodging attacks could put you in a bit of a pickle. Well, no, because not from dodging attacks, because the fatigue regains... You can't go above your max, right? So the fatigue regains at the start of your turn. So they could attack you 5 billion times, then your turn starts and you have 0 fatigue again. Moving, for sure. You can't do a whole lot of moving. That's not going to happen for you, I don't think. But if you have like a reach weapon, then, you know. Let me, here, I'm going to look up... We're going to look up Great Axes. If Great Axes have a fatigue cost of 15, which I don't think they do, yeah. Wait a minute. Split Man only costs 15 fatigue. Of course, the Man Splitters have like extra fatigue cost per attack, so you can't do that, but yeah. I mean, I won't be splitting any shields, but maybe axes are the way to go. Give them like a big-ass two-handed axe. That could potentially... That could do it. Yeah, I think that's it. But taking that right now is probably a mistake because we don't have any access to really take advantage of that. So, also you might even just not take a mastery because it's not like this doesn't really do anything. For you except if you're using a long axe in terms of like accuracy or anything. And I don't need to build up less fatigue, right? Obviously we can't. I remember why I didn't take rotation on him. Is his fatigue's going to be too high to use it. Yeah, you know what? I am legit just gonna go ahead and take crippling strikes on him and just get some value right now. This isn't really gonna hurt me to have unless I'm fighting undead. It's not gonna hurt me, it's just gonna do nothing. Just so I can kind of not think about it for a while. Saw a Doctrine 1 streamer used where almost everyone had rotation. Yeah, I think it's more about having like half of the, you know, the back line has rotation, the front line has 9 lives. Something bad happens on the front line, no big deal, rotate him out. You know, he can't die in one big hit. That's my idea, and it's worked out okay so far. All right, so let's talk about Adrabold's weaknesses. This is my really good Nomad guy. I want to keep pumping his defense and his melee attack, but he's got bad HP and he's got terrible resolve. We can put his ass in the arena to fix this resolve to some degree. Take that up to 40. He costs like 1,600 gold, which is kind of expensive, but I think he had like a max rolled melee attack and a nearly max rolled melee defense, so I'm very happy with him. He's gonna want HP. Let's I gotta fix this resolve a little bit. I just have to, because this could go very poorly if I don't. I'm gonna go ahead and give him gifted. And we'll give him HP this time, because I want him to have 80 HP or more, and I want him to have about 50-ish resolve or more. Yeah, good star placement. I agree. This is like a baby lone wolf basically. I'll take him for sure. He's not bad. Okay, good. Really long time building stuff there, but I think it was worth the time invest. Let's take on these thieves, and then I think this might be the last fight of the night. I've been streaming for a little while. This will be a nice, kind of easy fight. Hold on, fall back for a second. Am I hurt at all? Huh, could have sworn that we took a lot of hits in that fight, but I guess not. Enish is a little hurt, but that's fine. I'll just stay back. Look at this big-ass army of thieves. They're all thugs, though. We're going to crush these guys. Well, there's one raider, but, you know, don't underestimate. The guy with the axe could cause problems. The pitchfork guys could cause, like, slight problems. This pickaxe guy could actually break my armor pretty well. Their raider has a flail, which I might want to watch out for. Don't want to get stunned, so we just move up and attack. Quintuple headshots with flail incoming for taunting the RNG guns. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Are you spear walling? No, you're not. This guy has the most chance to hit. Okay, I'm not going to put anybody within range of this axe guy, so we'll just, let's move over here, swing. Couple 70% misses, no big deal. Nice kill there. They can get headshots, by the way. I've got these thick-ass barbarian hats on most of these guys, so it's cool with me. Okay, I'd really like to shoot the thug, but he's behind his friend, so we'll shoot this thug instead, I guess. Okay, I think I probably will stab this raider just for the sake of best practice, and I'll stab this one too. Wrecked his morale, very good. Alrighty, I'm gonna move Enish down here, and he's gonna get a kick-ass headshot with this pike next turn, I think. Really good alpha strike. We did okay here. The battlefield looks like an absolute mess, but I mean, it's fine. Okay, and I can step forward and I can ruin this guy's day. Keep stabbing. I'm gonna... do I want to step forward? Does Mazanaka have 9 lives? He doesn't. He's not gonna die though. He's got a helmet. I didn't want to move here because even though that's just a club, I don't want that extra chance to hit. I could get locked into a stun, and believe it or not, you can't rotate somebody out if they're stunned, which is very bad news, you know. Wow, goes for a body shot and almost breaks right through my armor. That is ugly as hell. Alrighty, let's finish this guy. Whoa, he survived my headshot. That's impressive. That guy's running away, that's fine. He's taking his blotched Gambeson with him, which is unfortunate. But it is what it is. That's life when you don't have any dogs. Is my vision messed up or something? 6 vision. Ah, it's this hat. I was gonna say I should be able to aim shot. Range of 7 tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But because I'm wearing this hat, I've memed myself. Okay, we're gonna want to get Tony out of the way, so let's wait. Step forward, swing. Don't care about that armor. I officially don't care about this Raiders armor. Let's see, am I going to be okay? Do I want to rotate Mazanaka out? I have 9 lives on Tony, so yes, I do. So we're going to move like this. We're going to rotate. I didn't rotate before moving because I still wanted Stormworm to be able to step forward and attack. I'm going to do a regular attack. I didn't do a lash. It hit the head anyway. But basically I wanted to bypass the shield. I don't have flail mastery, so lash wasn't going to do that. Okay, I guess I'll just go over here. Okay, Phoenix does have 9 lives, so he walks up. Yeah, the multi-headed flails attack 3 different times, which can be a grand old time when you attack a dude with like a sliver of hit points left and miss 3 times, and then you just rage and punch a hole through your computer potentially. If you're me, it's not quite that bad, but you know. Okay, I just attacked from here, even though it was less chance to hit, because I wanted the pitchfork guy to have less of a chance to hit Enish as well. He probably shouldn't have been close up there like that, but it's fine. Okay, so this guy gets away, and the other pitchfork guy gets away, but the Raider does not. Adios. Alright, I could get his armor, probably. Let's see what he does. He misses. The only way to do it would be to throw Mazanaka in, and Mazanaka does not have 9 lives, so, you know, I'm just gonna kill him. His morale's not messed up enough. Looks like you like sure grip flails a lot. Yeah, that's the thing, like, especially versus Raiders, they're just a really good... You know, you watched me one-shot a bunch of thugs with it, but it works just as well on Raiders, the ones that don't have hats or have crappy hats. It works okay on Nomads, even, in the new expansion, like, their hats tend to be like 40, 50 armor at the most. Just really good. You need to have a certain amount of melee skill for it to work, but yeah, I prefer those over daggers in a lot of cases. Although I use daggers in the very early game. Yeah, screw this guy's armor, I don't even care. Shouldn't have moved up with Mazanaka. This could have gone badly, but I think it's fine. There's that. sweet overwhelm action. Hey, we got another flail. That's like 200 gold. Well, I don't want to retreat. Why hasn't the thing kicked in that says that, you know, like the fight's over or whatever? It's not like I can catch these dudes. There we go. It's over. But yeah, man, this run has really reinforced to me that the best thing that you can do in this game is to just take as many fights as possible, really, as quickly as possible. And that's how you really, you know, rush your way to power. Obviously, like, don't take fights that are just gonna get you killed, but you'd be surprised what you can take on a regular basis, you know. Oh no. Oh no. Don't get me in the woods. Just kill lindworms after beating Hoggart. You could do that. You would need to bring these guys along to help you, perhaps, but no, I really just mean like brigands and nomads and things like that. If you find random ones on the map, you can make an enormous amount of money just by fighting them as often as possible and taking their loot for yourself. Oh, hey, we just, technically that was a 12 size, 12 size encounter, so we got the ambition. No famed items for sale, not that I could afford them. What did I do to make them mad? I raided caravans. I was the bad guys, so to speak. Which I do think that raiding caravans is really, really good in this game. Unfortunately, it will piss off some towns, but you get a lot of, it's nice because it's like, it's a fight that you basically know what you're getting when you go into it. It's very consistent. The AI behaves kind of the same way every time, although I guess that's basically true of any fight. It's especially true of caravan fights because they play defensively unless you have range, so you can really set up good encounters with them, or you can just bring a bunch of ranged attacks and force them to come to you. You know, and then there's like guaranteed loot, even if it's not always a trading good, it's going to be something that you want probably. So it's really just fun in general. God, these are cheap-ass tools. But yeah, once you piss off a town or a house, which oddly enough I haven't pissed off this town, but I have pissed off the house associated with it, because this town doesn't have a military presence. Although I guess technically an army could spawn from it and attack me at any moment, it's just not very common. The militia won't hit me because this is just like a little town. It doesn't have a, you know, like this one for example has a citadel, and so the troops will always be pissed at me there if I've pissed off the house itself. So I raided caravans from Hewland, I think, and Newick, and probably Dorngard as well. No, that's a keep. What is the ADL doing now, Green Eggs and Slam? Is this something that we can talk about on my stream? I'm going to be putting my account at risk by criticizing the wrong political group. Hey, that's a leftist organization. You can't you can't criticize them. Yeah, send it to me on Twitter. We're getting to that point though, where it's like you just can't have an account on the internet, like on any social media site, any mainstream company, any non-alternative technology type company. You know, like if it's not something like BitChutes that's dedicated to free speech, you're getting to the point where like you're putting your fucking account at risk if you dare to criticize, you know, anybody to the right of Karl Marx. You know, I'm telling you, like this is going to get much worse before it gets better. If you think it's bad now, you ain't seen nothing yet. People think that I'm paranoid about this kind of thing, but I promise you, we're getting, you know, the kind of stuff that I've already seen people get banned for on Twitch is like already crazy, but it's gonna get crazier. You know, I think I might just take a loss on this incense. I think I need this money. so I can run around for 3 days or whatever. I guess I could sell this chalice too, but I can't bring myself to not get over 1,000 gold for a chalice. We could though. We could. Let's see, 3 days. That should be enough time to run run through these things, and then also hit up Himmelswacht to, sure I butchered that name, to get food or whatever, and sell off all the stuff that we find. We might not even do all these camps. Of course, it takes longer to walk up there when you are trying to lure a little group, behind you. So that's something to keep in mind. In fact, I think I will just... Well, no, if I sell the chalice, I only have the food for 4 days. So what am I selling the chalice for? To get 1 more day? I mean, I'll just sell a flail. There we go, 4 days. So it matches. And if it takes me more than 4 days to drag these guys up here, which it won't, but if somehow it did, I would just say screw it and start walking at full speed to Himmelswacht. Himmelswacht? Where's my German bros to tell me how the hell to pronounce this? Anyway, yeah, that's the plan. That'll be for next session, though. I think that's going to be it for the night. It's getting kind of late. I have a couple things I would like to do. Actually, I want to see about maybe getting the shop live on rosecrypto.com. You think both political extremes tend to get hit pretty hard. Neoliberals and Republicans seem to hate the idea of functional free markets without corporate bailouts and/or social safety nets. Yeah, that's true. I think that the right wing gets hit harder. I think that the far right, especially, is basically not allowed to exist in any way, shape, or form outside of like the darkest dungeons, so to speak, of the internet. But far leftists, I mean, you can have a Twitter account as a far leftist. I mean, I've seen people like on Patreon. I've seen these douchebags openly calling for violence, which is something that obviously you should not do. You should not be allowed to do, whether you're left, right, or in between. But I've seen groups that openly do that, and they mysteriously get a pass, they mysteriously get a pass for stuff that if like a right-leaning person came within like a ballpark of saying something similar, it would be like straight to the gulag, so to speak, like they would be sent into the icy wastes to suffer by the powers that be. That would be what I'm guessing would happen anyway. So I do think there's a double standard, but in general, I just think that these big companies, these big sort of monolithic, almost monopolistic companies, Google, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, even to a lesser degree, are just they will bow to the mob because that's what gets them the most money, so to speak. It's just it's unfortunate because they have too much power, more power than governments actually in a lot of cases in terms of the ability to control speech on the internet. Anyway, this is not Battle Brothers. I'm not talking about Battle Brothers. Yeah. So next time we'll take this company and we'll just kind of run this line, and maybe we'll get really stupid lucky and there'll be like multiple famed items in each one, and we'll come out of it looking like kings. Or maybe not. I guess we'll find out next time. So until then, I am signing out. Did you know that there are many ways that you can help support this channel? Read about them on rosecrypto.com/support. At Rose Crypto, you can learn all about cool things like the Brave web browser, Bitcoin, and other cryptocurrencies. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.